In today's video, we're going to be discussing the top 8 reasons why people fail in real estate. So if you stick to the end, you're going to learn the 8 top reasons why people fail and how you can avoid them, and therefore how you can be successful in real estate. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrew Dunn, and for those that are new here, I've helped agents and brokers sell over $1 billion in homes over the last few years, and along with my partner, we sell homes in Boca Raton in Florida. And we've also helped over 100 agents cross over $100,000 per year in GCI with our coaching and mentorship program at EXP. So everything you're learning here is through practice and not through theory. So strap in. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing the top 8 things that you need to avoid as a real estate agent to make sure you are successful in the game. So the first reason is interested versus committed. Now, this could be seen as part-time versus full-time. There is many different ways you could interpret this, but the long story short is that if you aren't dabbling in this world of real estate, if you kind of got into it because your mom, your brother, your sister, your friend, your aunt, your uncle wanted to sell their home, and you think, hey, that's an easy $7,000 commission check, and now you're wondering, how the hell do I get more leads? Why isn't this working for me? Well, that's because you're kind of interested in doing it because you're interested in the money. You're not actually committed to the craft of real estate, the craft and honing it of being a great real estate agent, and therefore you will almost certainly fail in this industry. So the second one is about being strategic in the game of real estate, or specifically not being. So many agents out there have no plan of action. This goes right in line with being interested versus being committed. You have to have a plan. How are you going to get leads? How are you going to close deals? How do you do all the paperwork? What brokerage are you going to be with? This is all the information you need to gather. You need to put together a plan of action. You need to have a goal in mind that you want to hit. So without a plan and without being strategic, you will almost certainly fail in this game. The third one is an interesting one. It's the fear of making mistakes. It's the fear of looking bad in front of your peers, your friends, your family. Now, this ultimately comes down to self-confidence and the fact that you don't want to be perceived as being bad. The reality of the situation is very few, if any, people will actually pass any judgment at all. If anything, most people will actually be like, fair play for getting out there, doing your thing. So you need to get over this. You need to get yourself out there. You need to put yourself out there, get out of the comfort zone. As the sayings goes, nothing grows in the comfort zone. If you get trapped in the fear of being judged by other people, you'll never be successful, because in this game, you have to get yourself out there. You have to get yourself known. You have to build a brand. And that all comes along with just forgetting what other people think and progressing with your life. The fourth one is a super interesting one. I say it's super interesting for me specifically because we are with EXP, and it's know or the wrong role model. Now, with EXP, you obviously get sponsored in, and this is probably one of also the biggest reasons people leave the brokerage is the wrong mentor, the wrong role model, the wrong sponsor. Now, this also comes along with coaching, and it also means you might have none. I can tell you with absolute certainty, one of the fastest ways that you can scale your real estate business is having the right coach, the right mentor, the right sponsor on your side. This is going to massively accelerate your learning curve. And basically, you can go from learning what would take 3 to 5 years to learning it in 1 or 2 years. But also having no sponsor is better than having a bad one, right? Because if they're teaching you the wrong things to do, for example, I'm not going to go ahead and teach you how to cold call or how to door knock. I've got no interest in doing it. I've got no real experience there. A little bit, but nothing really. But I have tons and tons and tons of experience with social strategies. So if that's something you're interested in, then you would want to align yourself with me as your sponsor or mentor, because that's something that I can help you achieve. Number 5 is the corporate mentality. It's the Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, can't wait to get off at the end of the day. Real estate is almost a 24/7 gig. You got to think about this. Your clients are, for the most part, corporate America, right? They are the people working 9 to 5. So when can they actually do home searches, actually speak to their realtors, actually get help? It's after those hours. That is when it's going to be most convenient for them. Your job is to service your clients and to be convenient for them. Now, I'm not saying there's no boundaries there. You absolutely must set boundaries. That's the caveat. You're not a 24/7 shop, ring you whenever you want. You have to set boundaries, whether you've got friends, family, whether you do events, occasions. These are things that are important to set. But if you come into real estate and you think you're going to be able to clock in at 9 and leave at 5 and be massively successful, I've got a wake-up call. It ain't going to happen. So number 6 is about goal measuring and managing your money, managing your time, things like that. So there's an old adage which what gets measured gets managed, and obviously what doesn't get measured cannot get managed. So if you're going out and you've just got this arbitrary goal, hey, I want to do 100 deals, and then you just expect it to happen, again, I've got bad news for you. It isn't going to happen. You have to work on leading indicators to get you to that goal. So let's say, again, for example, you want to do $100,000 per month. And let's say, for example, you get $10,000 commission. So you now know you need to sell 10 homes a year, just under one a month. How many cold calls do you need to do? How many, Facebook leads do you need to buy? How many YouTube videos do you need to make? How many doors do you need to knock? How many conversations do you need to have on a daily basis to get that one deal every 5 or so weeks? That is how you're going to be successful. Figuring out your numbers, figuring out the goals you want, and then working back from there. So number 7 ties directly into number 6, which is poor scheduling, routine, essentially time management. If you don't have a set schedule for yourself on a day by day, week by week basis, again, this isn't going to lead to you being successful. Now, the way everyone wants to do this is different. I'll give me, for example, I don't do things hour by hour. I know a lot of people in our team, a lot of people we coach do, right? They'll say between 9 and 10, we do lead generation. That's absolutely fine. It just doesn't work for me personally. I have 5 things a day that I want to achieve. 5. And that's throughout. I've got, 10 hours in a day or however long I'm going to work that day. And I have to achieve these 5. Now, the 5 things don't include stupid things like checking your phone, responding to text, responding to emails. We're talking about 5 major needle movers in your business, whether that's sales calls, lead generation, writing those contracts, getting that listing or, getting that buyer pre-approved, talking to your lenders, all that other stuff that can come into that. But it's not things like checking your emails. So you need to set yourself up for success with a routine, and also build into that routine personal time and boundaries for clients. So, waking up in the morning, hit the gym, between 7, 8, get back 8, 9, do your emails if you want to, and then you can do 10 to 11, do lead generation. It's completely up to you, but make sure you do also build in to your schedule personal time for yourself, your family, your hobbies. That's going to be important with a longer term. You got to think about this as a longer term commitment to yourself. So you have to find joy, find pleasure in what you're doing. And that comes down to having a good daily routine. And number 8, finally, is about lack of financial management. Now, we are in the sales game here. Now, this isn't something specific to real estate. It's more specific to sales. And I am going to generalize here, so don't give me too much hate. But salespeople in general tend to be pretty bad at financial management. Think about this. You're making hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and you've obviously got a lot more money than, say, the average American, I think, earns $58,000 a year. The average realtor earns $48,000 a year. So if you're earning $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, you've got to be good at managing your money, and you've also got to be putting it into assets that are going to make you more, whether that be lead generation, whether that be staff so you can get your time back, whether that be an investment property, but you need to be managing the money you come in. It's more important when you're starting out than it is when you're growing. So if you're a newer agent, you got $5,000, you need to be really good at financial management. And here's another thing. If you're bad at it at the low level, it's only going to get worse. You don't get better at financial management the more money you have. You actually get worse. So you really need to hone this craft, hone this skill right now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on the top 8 reasons why most real estate agents fail in the business and how you can go ahead and avoid them. If you've got any questions at all, drop them down in the comments below. If you would like to speak to us about partnering with us at EXP or joining our coaching program, we have links in the description below. For our coaching program, it's go.eliteagentsecrets.com, and for our EXP team, it's agentmaverick.com. Also, make sure to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in the next one.